hardcore fermented foods because that bacteria, like we've been going on, is so powerful that if you're overloaded with pathogenic bacteria, it's a hunter of that stuff.
Yeah.
And it kills it off too effectively. So, you have to walk before you can crawl and this and that. And there's so many different ways that you can address this.
You asked a question and you brought it, that's in detoxing. Now, do you realize, there's a lot of detoxing where you'll start seeing things come out of your skin. And that's not a bad thing. Your body is just releasing all of those things that you've built up inside your body. So it's not just BMs that you have, but you'll have,
that's particularly came from the
yeast.
liquid diet or a fasting diet.
So take it slow. Take it in gradual, small steps, like you said, and then you're going to start off with the soup, and then you'll slowly start adding a little bit of sauerkraut, a little bit of homemade sour cream helps.
And
homemade
egg
yolks, if you can get fresh eggs that where they farm. But here's another thing we learned about our son. Because his gut was so extreme, he couldn't handle corn. And if a chicken had eaten corn as their diet, he had a reaction to it.
And that would be just about all factory chickens.
Yes. Exactly. So find you a farmer. We were very blessed to find a farmer who did not, and she had free-ranging chickens. And we also found that if you can't handle chicken eggs, go to maybe duck eggs. Duck eggs are a little more easier on the digestive system. If you can't do that, go to quail eggs. So that can be a major factor too, because it was really strange that I went and got the organic chicken from the grocery store and my son was having a reaction to it. That was another step in the healing process. So we had to make sure that we had a free range chicken, and there are some farmers out there that do that. You just need to talk to them and build a relationship with them.
Farmers market.
Yes, and even then, still watch and listen
and
talk to them and explain your situation. And because your gut is so messed up, any little thing could just trigger it in so many ways. But you're gonna. I one time had a rash just completely. It was yeast. Another thing, your body will just release all this yeast.
You start on the liquid diet, and after 3-4 days,
I broke out in a rash, and it was just my body just detoxing all the toxins out of it.
The bacteria was dying because they weren't being fed. And then it comes out, basically through your skin. And it happened to me, happened to her, happened to her.
But just keep pushing through. It will get better. It's intense, but you would do it. But that's why you were saying, take this in a slow patches and just realize it's.
You have to realize that rash is a good thing, but it's really annoying because it means that.
That's where you would do the coconut oil detox bath, Epsom salt baths. We lived in the bathroom with Epsom salt baths to pull as many toxins out of the body as you possibly can. So there was a lot with Landon too, pulling all those toxins out as he was releasing all these stuff out of him.
Yeah, because I think it's real important to look at this in stages, in that the whole detoxing thing is more of your body releasing what's in there. But by the time you're going to fermented foods, you're actually teaching.
Yes, you're putting all the good stuff back in.
Yes. So it's a separate stage.
Stage, right.
Which is the most amazing, awarding stage. When you can get to that point, you can put the sauerkraut in. You are on that. You are on the you're
going down the hill instead of
up.
Well, you're actually, as opposed to just knocking out the bad bacteria, you're teaching your gut bacteria how to do a better job, and then that's the real healing.
That's the healing stage.
That's where the body's actually taking over, as opposed to just basically taking everything as medicine. That's where the body starts to respond in its own way.
And it's just absolutely the most amazing thing. We had a speech therapist that was coming in and working with my son, and she was watching his progress in healing. And she got to the point where she could only eat two foods. And she's like, I'm sick of this. I'm tired of this. And she took on, determined to heal her gut. And she wasn't as severe as my son, but she went on and did the soup. And she went through every phase, and she started adding into the sauerkraut and stuff. In about 4 months, she was feeling better. It's just the transformation of, everybody's at a different stage. It took my son 2 years to 3 years. This was a very, very slow process.
And it's so important for people to realize that when you're teaching your body when you're teaching your gut bacteria how to do its job again, this doesn't happen overnight. You don't just fix it. You don't eat you don't need a probiotic and it fixes things. And like, it's a layering effect because you literally, bacteria like exchange genes with each other. They trade off tools. But if your gut bacteria is in the pitchfork and torch stage,
and that's where ours was,
dropping a bunch of laser beams and spaceships with it isn't going to do anything except upset the system. You have to bridge those where you can get it to the point where it can be educated by these very intense foods.
The other thing that's amazing is when you start putting the healthy food into your diet, you stop craving the sad diet.
Yes.
The sad American diet we have. I watched my children, and sadly we kind of went off the thing. We need to get back onto it because we can all see how our health is, except for Landon, our child.
We don't have a choice with him.
You know, we don't mess with him, but how, for parents out there who are starting with young children on this pathway, I really recommend starting at a very young age. Our younger children, when they were in preschool and stuff, would get upset if they saw their little friends eating a sad diet. They're like, you're missing out on eating a healthy salad and a healthy, the good stuff. And they would cry if we went to the fast food places or got